Right, Anil wants to paint the outside of his house, and we've got here the width of the house is 7 meters, and the vertical height then of the house is 9.5 meters. So you can see sort of the roof part of it here, okay, and we've got the sort of side view of it here. So it says calculate the area of this side of Anil's house, okay. So what I would do here is just recognize the sort of shape that we've got here. It's not sort of a shape that we can give a name to. So you need to think of it as like a composite shape made up of two separate identifiable shapes. Okay, so you can see here we've got like a rectangle and a triangle at the top here. All right, so if I work out the area of the rectangle first, of course that's quite straightforward. Length times width. Okay, so the length will be 7 and the width, or the height if you like, is 6.5. Okay, so times those two dimensions together on my calculator, and if you do that you come out with 45.5. And don't forget it's meters squared, yeah, for area. Don't forget to put meters squared, the units there. Now the triangle, okay, if you remember the formula for triangle, triangle is literally like a half of a rectangle, isn't it? So similar idea, you're timesing two dimensions together, we call them the base and the height, but because it's like half of a rectangle, remember we've got to sort of divide that by 2, okay? So we do want the base and the height, okay? So the base would be this here, yeah, which of course we know is 7, right? The height of the triangle, now you've got to be careful, we need the height as in how you would normally measure height, okay? So it'd be sort of perpendicular to that base, okay? Now these are no good because there's sort of, it's like a slant height, isn't it? Okay, it's not a proper way of measuring height, but we need that height there. Now we can work that out. They don't tell us in the question, but we know, okay, we know that the overall house height is 9.5 meters. This is 6.5 meters. You can see the gap between them, okay? So if we take them away, we get 3 meters, okay? Difference between them. So we've got base times height, 7 times 3, and then divide by 2. Okay, so 7 times 3 divided by 2 is 10.5 meters squared. Alright, so then to get the total area, we just need to add these two together. And again, use your calculator, okay? You might be able to do something like that in your head, but if it's calculator paper, you use it just to make sure you're not making any silly mistakes. So we get 56 meters squared. So that's the total area then. Part B says then, a tin of paint covers an area of 15 meters squared. How many tins of paint does Anil need to buy in order to paint this side of the house? Well, one tin, okay, as it says, covers 15 meters squared, which means 2 tins will cover 30 meters squared, okay, because you just double up, all right? 3 tins then we'll cover another 15 meters squared, so that takes me to 45 meters squared. Not enough, isn't it? 3 tins isn't enough because I need 56 meters squared. So if I do 4 tins, another 15, okay, it will take me to 60 meters squared. Now that will be enough paint to cover that. There'll be some left over, but that's often the case. All right, so 4 tins of paint is needed.